ethical people, welcome to the first episode and probably the last episode of Wala Lang, Ethics Lang! At yun na nga, I am Keisha,
Ginny D, Angela,
I'm Shane, Gabriel,
and of course, Liza. So, nandito kami ngayon sa aming mahiwagang studio, nagtipon-tipon upang mapag-usapan ang isa sa mga mahalagang topic na dapat pinag-uusapan dito sa Philippines.
So Liza, can you guess what is it?
Well, I think one of the topic that we should talk about is human rights, which is ito ang pinaka dapat kailangan natin pagtuunan ng pansin.
Yeah, so guys, can you imagine na wala tayong human rights dito?
Oh my God.
No.
feeling ko sobrang chaotic nun, no?
Yeah, even justice won't exist kapag nangyari yun.
Yeah, gawin mo kapag walang human rights there, people just go around and killing people and that's their toxic.
Or kaya naman, wala nang order na masusunod sa mundo kasi everyone would literally just use their fuel to do whatever they want. Even if the laws exist.
And dun talaga challenge yung moral na meron yung mga tao. So, bago pa uminit ang usapin natin today, I would like to just inform our audience na the purpose of our episode today is just to share our knowledge and to empower the human rights. So, kung ano yung mga maririnig nyo today na opinions, and yun lang, opinion lang namin yan. We are not targeting anyone. So, it is also just basically we are using our freedom of speech and freedom of expression. So, yun lamang po.
So, ito nga, let's start the trivia of today's podcast.
Yes.
Alam niyo ba na nabuo ang human rights noong World War II?
Ooh.
Alam niyo ba, guys?
That's interesting.
Ako kasi ano ko lang siya nung...
Ginugel ko yan din, nandito yan. Sabi dito, the world saw how violent the killing was. It thus millions of people and leaders realized a strong global agreement was needed to prevent such things from happening again. Diba? They created the document Universal Declaration of Human Rights or UDHR.
Oh, yun ba yung nirelease ng United Nations noong 1948 na naglabas sila ng list ng 30 basic rights na all people should have.
Yeah, yes, yun nga yun, te. It was a historic moment kasi after ng war, it was the first time that the countries around the world agreed on each other. Yes.
Para mas maintindihan natin, let's go back to the past, ano?
Gusto nyo ba yun?
Oh, nice!
Nga, sanjing nga dyan.
Iinom ko.
So, kidding aside, let's talk about the martial law that happened during the 1970s and 1980s under the presidential of sino yun? Marcos Sr.
Oh my goodness.
Ano pa yan?
That not so good president. So, noong time na yun, kasi the government took away many of the rights protected in the Bill of Rights. There were reports of severe human rights violation, which is so sad.
Yeah, totoo. Naalala ko talaga sobrang talamak talaga yung mga killings noon. Even the activists, yeah, sobra. Critics at even ordinary people.
Yeah, also dadagdag ko lang is yung mga journalism natin. Yung mga hero natin, our hero is journalism. Grabe talaga. So that's why nabuo ang EDSA Power Revolution during 1986.
Yes, and yung chapter na rin yun, it showed us how important it is to protect our freedom.
Kasi girl, pinaghirapan natin yun, no? Sa mga manakot, no?
Yeah.
True. Kaya nga, after ng EDSA Power Revolution, doon na-create ang 1987 Constitution na pinatibay at dinotektahan ang karapatang pantao. Guys,
Now.
yan, guys.
Okay. Now, let's go back to the present. Kasi alam niyo ba, kahit protected na tayo ng 1987 Constitution, the Philippines still continues to face challenges in protecting the human rights today.
This feels soft.
Bakit nga ba? Explain mo naman.
At kasi in recent years, grabe ang reports ng extrajudicial killings na nangyayari ngayon dito sa Pilipinas, which is still happening now here in the Philippines. A person would be killed without any legal trial process ng mga police or militar. Tapos, di ba siguro human rights violation yon? Tapos, talamak din yung red tagging sa mga activists or mga journalists where inaakasahan sila bilang isang komunista or terorista. Which grabe yung danger nun sa kanila.
So, kasi I remember na nag-feature dati ang GMA ng interview about that, featuring the mga has interviews na ating makikita sa background. Yan yung interview na yan. So, the former commissioner, Weldon Pimentel, nagbigay siya ng information about that, na isiniwalat niya na may intent to kill ang mga police sa mga investigahan nila noong war on drugs. And yung ilang doon ay rin umano sa ulo at iba kang bahagi ng katawan.
Yes, you're right. That's it.
Guys, may question ako dito. So, what would you do as an ordinary Filipino in order for you na maipaglaban at mapanatili yung human rights?
I will go first.
Okay.
For me, one of the most important way for us to maipaglaban ng karapatang pantao natin is to educate ourselves and to be socially aware. Kasi if we are socially aware of what's happening in our society, we will be able to know kung ano ba yung nalalabag na karapatan natin. And we could also be an advocate for that and inspire others to fight for their right also. In that way, we will be able to help not only ourselves but also other people. I think yun naman ang mahalaga, di ba? Makapagtulungan tayo na may angat yung sarili natin para hindi tayo matapak-tapakan and also uplift other people.
Yes.
Ikaw ba, Te? Ano ba? Ano bang say mo doon sa tanong?
Ako siguro, the simple thing that I can do is to treat everyone I met with dignity and respect. Kasi, you know, regardless ng background nila, ng pinapaniwalaan nila, or even financial status nila, I believe that every person should be treated with respect and dignity. Kasi, they're just humans, and we are all humans.
Yeah.
Akin naman, siguro, collaboration sa akin eh. I would join local organization. Pero yun, I would join non-profit groups or yung mga voluntary movement na ang motto or yung goal nila is to help everyone, every people, and to defend the human rights para sa mga tao na walang kalaban-laban. So, alam mo yun, yung pag-work with them sa mga grupo nito is just, we can do a lot than one person can do alone, di ba?
Yeah.
So, that's our goal in empowering the human rights.
Yes.
Especially in our community, sobrang daming marginalized group like LGBTQIA+, people with Down syndrome, which very, center ng discrimination, pati yung mga tawag dito, yung mga taong nirahan sa lansangan. I believe they don't deserve all of that.
Diba?
I mean, we are all human. If other people can go to school, then other people also can go to school.
Yes,
If other
we're
people
all
can eat
equal.
3 times a day, then other people can also eat 3 times a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasi grabe yung talamak din yung mga ganong cases na ang daming napapatay mostly sa mga marginalized groups. And I think we really need more attention about human rights.
And since we're talking about human rights, isa pa sa pinakamasaklap na thing about this is we are supposed to be helped by the government and the politicians. But it seems that it go otherwise. Like, we are plundered. Ayun.
Like, syempre po, kapag ikaw, alam mo yun, so pagiging edukado, kung yung sa mataas, hindi ka matulungan. Pero syempre, as you own, as educated people, kung alam mo yung morals mo, kung binavalue mo yun, dun yung gagawin mo yung isang bagay. And panalangin mo yung rights mo as a person.
Yeah, kaya vote wisely.
Yes, that's the first thing that we should do, vote wisely.
Huwag po kayo magkakaupo sa krimen.
Yeah.
Kahit binigyan ka ng pera, wag mong kunin.
Sim!
Okay. So, what's next now? Go.
Yun na nga, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned something and we should probably see you next time. And of course, fight for human rights because you are human and you have the rights to fight for it. Yun na nga, goodbye Philippines! Hello Giants! Ako nga ulit si Keisha.
Julie, Angela,
Shane?
and of course, Liza.
Hanggang sa muli!
Bye! Ay, salamat.